Chestnuts roasted on an open fire.
Okay, know that. And welcome to episode 19 of More Than Dice. It is now our holiday extravaganza episode, and we are live. If you're watching, we are now celebrating with y'all because we will be out for 2 whole weeks. So everybody, we hope you enjoy this one. We did some really fun stuff, really cool things going on. We're going to try to get this podcast done and go to our media section before the snow gets up to John's nose. So if it gets to John's nose, we're running late.
Is it actually building up at the bottom?
Yes, it is actually. Yes, it is building up at the bottom.
Production quality, we has it.
We has it.
Yes.
I went and had a lot of fun this week trying to figure out some stuff. So, what were you saying? Of course, we want to thank Broken Egg Games for supporting us and providing us with some really cool things. And don't forget, sometime during the show, we're going to give away 3 discount codes to Tectonic Craft Studios. What it is we'll talk to people and we'll get your email address and we'll send you the code and you get to use it once and you will have an awesome code. Other than that, if you're not, please join us on Patreon. Help us and support the show. We have a lot of good things coming to us next year. A lot of good things we're going to have done. So with that said, make sure you subscribe to Twitch, subscribe to YouTube. Tell your friends, tell your boss, tell your cousins, tell your aunt, tell your uncle. To even tell the little kid down the street. Yeah. The more we get, the better we are. So other than that, let's start off with our good old tradition. Kathy, what you drinking tonight?
Coffee. I'm drinking coffee because I'm brain dead.
You're brain dead. Did you party too much this week?
I did not party enough.
Oh man. I'll have to get some more partying done on you then. Because you're going to be partying a lot. Because I know you. You're like Miss Popular up there. In the frozen north.
I do have plans over the next couple of weeks, but this weekend it was Christmas cookie baking for me and my husband.
Oh, so I saw that.
Baking cookies, decorating cookies. We go kind of nuts with our palette of colors for frosting.
Fair enough.
I will be on the lookout for my canister of cookies at my doorstep. So hopefully those get to me pretty soon.
Hold your breath.
That's a setup. Don't hold your breath.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. So, John, what are you going to be having tonight?
Well, I'm going to start off with a shot of Old Smoky Apple Pie Moonshine.
Ooh,
Is that one whole
sounds
shot?
Good.
Well, it's one whole shot. Comes with the shot glass. I'm like, sure, what the hell? And then I will chase it down with a slightly small screwdriver from Smirnoff Ice.
Cool. I definitely will be working on Sword of Leaves. I'm almost through it. A little over halfway. And I'm going to be snacking on some little Hershey bars while we have a good old jolly time when we talk about 2017, 2018. So with that, guys, Snowman! Here we go. Cheers. Happy holidays, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, man, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Best thing. Comes with the shot glass, and I have another shot glass.
Was that good?
Oh, yeah.
Super, super good?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So 2017 is wrapping up. Politically, it's been a shitty year, but hopefully it'll be better gaming there this year. So let's start off with What were the worst gaming parts of 2017?
The worst?
Yeah, worst gaming of the hobby things of 2017.
When
John, are you
Wild
okay?
West Exodus became Wild West Exodus owned by War Cradle.
And how
Can
was
I
that?
say that?
Yeah.
You can say that.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, go for it.
We really liked the mechanics of it as it was, and they essentially made it into a completely different game, just keeping only the title. So, yeah, we were pretty sad about that.
That's fair.
I never played it. We have some of the stuff in the store. It looks fun. I thought about using those miniatures for Dracula's America.
They had some fantastic miniatures, and that's one of the things we liked about it. But when they changed the mechanics to everything is random, so you can't really plan a good strategy, that's when it kind of lost us.
Well, that means it's now beer and pretzels, not strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it was sad that they changed the. It used to all be like his American Wild West, with a bit of history, alternate history, and they seem to have just done away with all of that kind of fluff, too. So that was disappointing.
That is pretty bad.
But so that was my worst thing in gaming. So what about you guys?
Do you want me to go, Gonzo? I warned you about rants.
Hold on.
John?
I'll go first because mine's not really that, big. I really don't have a lot of huge rants or huge problems this year. I think my biggest complaint was 40K. And I don't want to say anything bad about 40K. I want to say bad about the books in 40K. Because all the starter books that were bought right when 40K came out are worthless now. Besides the main core rulebook.
Because not true, actually, but fair. Some of them definitely are. Some parts are completely out of date. Absolutely.
Yes, and they were just done this year. So, and it's kind of a nitpick because I couldn't stand it. I was like, oh, all these books, these rules should... No, they lasted maybe a month. And some of the books were pretty much gone.
To be fair, I mean, every single one of those books is still useful for something.
Correct, but I mean, not as useful as...
Just not entirely. Like, if you're playing Space Marines, yeah, you don't... That Index Imperium or 1 or whatever it is, just get rid of it. It's no good anymore. Doesn't do you any good.
And that pretty much goes, because I was going to bring up Crimson 1919 brought it up also, was pretty much all books are pretty much... Even the Mark III books, the primes or command books, I'm sorry, that was the worst decision they did, and I'm glad they stopped doing them. Because I was playing Trolls during that, and I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome, and look at the Trolls, and I'm like, this is the same shit, there's nothing, okay, a little bit of fluff, but I'm like, it didn't do crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse because there's no rules in them anymore.
No.
The way they were going, so there was no point.
Yeah. So I guess my thing is books this year, kind of crappy. I hated it. A lot of waste of money.
Fair.
All right.
So are they having? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
About that. I was gonna say, are they having something now where when you get the new book, new codexes, and you put them on a tablet, like downloads? Are they updating that for free at least?
The main core rules are updated for free on the tablet, and your cards are updated for free. But they brought out command books when command books were, hey, here's the story of the Troll Bloods, here's their paint schemes. Oh, here's some pictures of Troll Bloods people else painted up. Here's some stuff. But I mean, it was worthless. It was, if you already knew the Troll Blood fiction, you pretty much were good. If I could go back and not buy them, I wouldn't buy it. Also, some of the stuff with the 40K stuff, all the books were out when I needed all the rules, and then it was like, oh, Space Marines they got all their stuff comes out, and everything's worthless. The book just kind of went away, and it's just a waste of money. I was so mad at that. That's my rant for 2017. John?
Yeah, that was my rant.
Mm-hmm.
if anyone could guess, is theme lists. It's War Machine literally defining how they want you to play the game, to the point that playing without a theme list is a palpable disadvantage. So they're just going to shove theme lists down your throat. And I said this with a lot of sarcasm in my voice, but no one noticed on Facebook, because that's how it is on the internet. Sarcasm gets lost if you don't hold its hand. And they don't balance units anymore overall. They just like, this will fit in this theme list, put it in that theme list, it's balanced in that theme list, we're done with it. It's lazy. It's forcing people to play the game the way you see it and taking their own creative ideas away. No one's going to try and make too many out-of-theme lists because you can't play 20 points down.
I agree. There's no reason not to play out-of-theme. Unless you call a tournament, no theme lists. But
then you get people who've never played the list before, and you're going to get a watered-down quality from the players because they're not used to these lists.
Yeah.
Unless someone big, like as in a War Machine weekend qualifier size, says no theme lists, nothing's going to come of it. And I don't think the average tournament player thinks it's a problem. So it won't happen.
Yeah.
And I will go on to say I feel like in their effort to try and be more themey and attract people, casual players, they have done the exact opposite. And the other half of my complaint is how the War Machine community has fallen apart. Locally, definitely. Not so much online, but it is definitely lesser everywhere, it seems.
It's kind of
for
gone
a game
down.
that's technically better. It's a better game. Pre-measuring takes away so much negative problems. There's so much better about it. And the final point. And these are all War Machine things. It's not like catastrophe level or anything.
No.
It's like Gonzo's books. It's unfortunate. Was token shitstorm at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That showed that what's supposed to be one of the greatest hobby communities out there actually wasn't. We were just like every other community. Yeah, maybe a little more supportive of our fellow players, but same problems, same crap of, win, 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 win. We don't care about what you think is balanced as a company. We just want to win. We want to do what we have to make our game work the way we want, not the way you want the rules to work. Who are you? We don't care if you're the creators. It was very sad. But, if that's the worst problem we have gaming-wise of a year, that's not too bad.
No, yeah.
Game, it's like, even if we count all 3 games, that's 3 games out of the whole slate of games out there that have had some negative things. And Kathy's is probably the worst.
Yeah, it is. Because I never had a chance to play Wild Exodus at all, so I don't know the full ramification of it.
And there's plenty of people that love it the way it is now.
Yeah.
They've really embraced it, and that's fine. But I feel like it's absolutely a different game. It's a completely different game. So it just made me sad. It was a fun mechanic. It had a lot of potential. I hope someone takes that mechanic and puts it in a different game so that I can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So somebody out there who's a developer, find those mechanics for the old Wild West Exodus and make it into a new game because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you also like Wild West type games too, don't you? That's like your stick.
Kind of I like the Wild West stuff. I like things with horses. I like things with cowboys. Tombstone
is anatomically correct courses? Because if so, War Machine's your game.
Or you can get anatomically correct with buttholes for in Arena Rex. Their models are
next level.
I love Arena Rex models. I love their models. They're very delicate, but they're amazing.
Yeah, their models, which are gorgeous models. Don't get me wrong. They're just very super breakable. and super. You don't want to leave them in a car either.
Well, that's how I felt about some of the Guild Ball models I had to assemble when I was putting together butchers, like Filet.
Mm-hmm.
She had all those tiny knives, and it was basically like a piece of tin foil folded over a few times.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I had to be extremely careful when I was assembling that one to make sure that I didn't actually break those knives off. And one of them was so thin, I actually put a little layer of green stuff on it just to make it thicker.
That'll work. I mean, now you got a core for the green stuff. Helps it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was afraid to even touch it. I'm like, how do you play with this?
Very carefully.
Very, very
You
careful.
you people designing these sculpts have to think that people are going to be picking these up and playing with them. They're not just display models.
You got to find the balance between them. I'm going to say that in everything. You got to find the balance in things in everything.
Yes, you Druid,
fact,
you
I
Jedi.
feel like actually all three of our complaints are actually sort of that, because I feel War Machine needs to find the balance in what they're aiming for. Gonzo feels that GW needs to make the balance between making books that people need right now and making them useful in the long run. And you need them to balance, a new company getting the game and keeping their old players. So, balance.
Fun.
Balance in all things.
Plus, maybe drinking and haven't had that much food.
Ooh, a lot more drinking.
I clearly have had too much food and not enough alcohol.
Woo woo.
That's solvable.
And I actually forgot to hit the live stream on Facebook. So people may be joining us on Facebook in a minute. John, you're in charge of that.
I forgot to mention that we were live on. Well, if you say we're live, if you put us live on Facebook, I don't need to post that we're live on Twitch, do I?
No.
Wait, are we recording? Wait, are we live?
We are always recording. We are always live. So let's talk about things that we're looking forward to in 2018. I mean, we're only 2 weeks away.
Star Wars Legion.
Oh, hold on. Okay, stop. Wait. Stop. One at a time. Nerd.
Oh, because that's how it's going to work here.
Yeah. Let's go with Star Wars Legion. I actually am pretty stoked about it. I watched the video, and I was very, very, very excited for what I saw. I was kind of worried about the measuring sticks issues, and you putting the measuring stick down and moving into it and stuff. But I actually like the way they did it. You just put a measuring stick down. That's where the leader guy goes, and then everybody else can follow around. Within the certain distance that they say, I guess, based on their card or their whatever stat it is. And then they get to do something. So you get to move and then shoot or, whatever. And I was like, I can handle that. Everybody, you still get some tactical where you could spread people out between cover or spread people out over things.
I think you can even set up like an ambush kind of, where you can, I forget what they call it, but you can like lie in wait or prepare or set up your ambush so when people come and try to shoot at you, you actually get to shoot back at them first.
Oh, kind of like an Overwatch in 40K.
Kind of.
Kind of like that. I have no clue.
If I'm remembering it right, I mean, that was last week and it was a long time ago.
They do say memory's the first thing to go.
So, I mean, I'm actually kind of interested about the miniatures. I want to hope that they're good, being that they're rustic or whatever.
They are rustic. They look good. I'm not sure if it's something that I would waste my time taking mold lines off on them, because on rustic it's really a hassle.
Yeah.
So,
Brush.
I think it's one of those things where you just take that Krylon plastic primer and just, don't get too crazy with them.
Yeah.
I always try to take some flash off models.
Yeah,
Nothing worse than having a really horrible line show up right when you're painting. You're like, ah!
You know what? I gave up on that when I was painting goblins for Lord of the Rings, because they were such shitty models. It just didn't matter. I was like, I'm not wasting my time trying to make these look better than shit.
Those were not good models. Yeah,
No.
I can't argue with that.
Oh, somebody else is looking forward to Bolt Action 2. I love that game. I've only played a few games of it.
I'm
We do have a
excited, buddy.
terrain. We have a terrain table downstairs. So my husband and I are looking to maybe do some battle reports, and maybe we'll post them on More Than Dice too. So once we get around to that.
Which we're not opposed to doing battle reports. We're just we're just opposed to doing competitive battle reports where we think we're the greatest thing in the world, or saying that we're good tournament players.
Yeah, no, that's never gonna happen.
Well, I used to be a big deal in my meta.
in your head?
No, in my meta, I used to be a big thing, but not anymore. I mean, come on. I bought one War Machine model, like, in the last 6 months.
So things I'm looking forward to in 2018 includes a bunch of Crick stuff. It seems like they're coming out with a bunch of Crick stuff in early 2018. Am I wrong about that?
No, they're right.
Not wrong.
A lot of it's sculpted by Doug Hamilton, and oh my god, it looks amazeballs.
And I was reading, I have one word, Blood Gorgers.
Yep.
And that looked really cool. That could get me actually playing War Machine Hordes.
Did you see
I have not yet played.
Did you see the new pirate boat?
I have not.
Oh, John, then you can find the new pirate boat and link that for us.
I haven't seen it either.
What? Y'all haven't seen the new Scar model?
Oh, the pirate boat.
Yes.
Not like as in the entire of pirates.
No. The pirate boat, the new Scar model. When we were at War Machine Weekend, I talked to Doug about that, and he was showing me some sculpts. Yeah, half a ship.
Yeah, half a ship, yeah.
He actually told me that when he was digitally sculpting the models, and he was putting, they told him to tone down the extra pirates on the boat because they were looking better than Scar was on her boat. So he had to actually tone those pirates down a bit. Because like he had a hook on somebody and a peg leg, and they were like, "No, you can't have that. No, you can't have that." And he was like, "But they're pirates." So
why?
I will say that I think it looks pretty cool, but that is, as far as a gameplay model, that is absolutely silly.
I'm wondering how big and tall it's going to be.
Silly.
Is it kind of like the land ship that Forge World produced for Warhammer Fantasy?
Totally not that big.
Yeah, go ahead and...
Totally not that big.
You got to link it in Twitch chat. That way Kathy can see it.
I haven't even looked for it yet.
Oh, you're so fired.
I just like... Sorry.
So I saw that Crick stuff, and I was reading a little bit about it, and it just reminded me of my Ogre Kingdoms in Warhammer Fantasy. Just all the like the Slaughter Fleet Raiders. I'm like, Slaughterborn this, Blood Gorgers that, Jessica Blood Tongue. I'm like, be still my heart.
Yeah, they look really, really good. I know a lot of Crix players that are super excited about that, and hopefully it'll be good for the game. Not only model wise but game wise. I'm hoping that comes out really good. What else, Kathy? What was it? What was what was that one you just said? Fallout Wasteland Warfare.
Fallout Wasteland Warfare from Modifius. Yeah. I don't really know a lot about it, but I like post-apocalyptic, so I can't, and it's based on Fallout 4, so, Yeah, that looks like it could be fun.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about that. I'll have to look that one up. I know that, like I said, Legion, I know a lot of people there. I already had people going, "Hey, I'll take the Rebels if you want the Empire stuff," because I want to play Empire.
I want to play Empire too. That's what I did the demo with, and well, that was my choice. They're like, "What do you want to play, Kathy?" I'm like, "Empire." I mean, when I was playing X-Wing, I was Rebels, and I was okay with that, but I like stormtroopers. What can I say?
Oh yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing different paint scheme with the stormtroopers too. Doing it per unit, like okay, if maximum's 10, do 10 man of sand troopers and 10 man of normal troopers and 10 man of you know, special elite troopers and stuff like that. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in each unit, the leader for the unit has a shoulder pauldron to denote, you know, who the leader is, because that's an important mechanic, because every time you move or shoot, your range is decided upon by your leader, not any of the other guys in the unit. So, you know, you can make it pink if you want, I suppose, or put flowers on it, or, you know.
Peaceful stormtroopers.
You know, yeah. just go nuts with your shoulder pauldron, and I don't care. You know, stormtroopers don't need the olive white armor.
No, yeah, I'm definitely going to paint them in different paint schemes. Just to give a different look to everything. But that's actually one of my favorite. That's one of my big look forward to in 2018 miniature games. Besides one other thing, and I'm kind of excited for it, but I'm kind of like maybe not, because I want to see how the CID goes for it. And that is the new War Machine faction coming out later this year.
The Crucible Guard?
The Crucible Guard. I'm actually optimistic is the best word to put for it, because of how well they did with Grimkin. Because with Grimkin, the CID and everything went really smooth. The rules were really good. The army's fun as hell to play. But Crucible Guard, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm actually more than cautiously. I'm actually optimistic for them, because I hope that putting them through and doing the CID like they did with Grimkin really pushes them forward. Plus, I like the look of everything. I just want to know if my tanks have treads or wheels. That's my thing. Pagani, if you're listening,
both.
Do they have tread or wheels? If they have treads, we're definitely in it.
I'm sure if he was listening, he turned off after my rant.
Nonsense.
That's why I don't post it online, so I don't spread negativity that way. I hate doing it in the podcast too, but you asked.
Well, I mean, I actually bugged Pagani. I was like, so, they got treads or wheels at War Machine Weekend? I was like, I'm not telling you. I'm like, you just don't love me anymore, do you? So
it's a trade secret.
Yeah.
Gotta wait and know.
Which I'm looking forward to it. Everything they've shown so far looks really cool. The models look really neat. They got a really cool style. But I also am looking forward to my Kador stuff. Can't wait to have my tanker models and my new cannon. So, War Machine and Horde stuff, I'm really looking forward to that. Since we were talking about your Cricks, I really hope that the Crucible Guard is really good and really fun, because I think that might bring back some people and make people buy some more stuff. So, miniature games, that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Yeah.
John, what you got?
I'm interested in seeing Legion. My group has said they're not going to play it until they actually see the rules, so I'm not going to jump in with both feet, so I don't have stuff sitting around like my Armada that not Brushhead Dave won't even play me with right now, since he hasn't won a game.
What?
It's actually unrelated. He's just frustrated because the way he wants to play it, it doesn't work that way. So.
Oh, that's that way for X-Wing too.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Unless you want to play a certain way, you're not going to win.
He's just not. I mean, there's a whole other subject, but basically, he's not willing to change things up enough while I'm playing one certain thing to get some familiarity with it, because that's how you're supposed to do things. You play it a bunch so you can get some familiarity with it. Then you change up crazy. He isn't willing to get that far, so.
He doesn't want to kind of make adjustments to his strategy?
No, he doesn't want to change his base strategy to fight me while I'm trying a certain strategy. While I get used to playing, a medium swarm of smaller ships than he has. So, it is what it is. Not worried about it, but yeah, we don't really want to get into that full, because we've got a lot of games. I mean, there's a lot of games out there.
So what are you looking forward to?
So, I racked my brain, and really, mine's more esoteric than actual physical things. Because there's a lot of things coming out that I should be looking forward to, but I'm not. And it's all me. I don't want to sound negative or anything. I'm getting that game, Relic Knights, this year. But it's been so long since I kickstarted it. I mean, it's all me. I don't want to sound not negative or anything. Excited. You know, time dulls excitement, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Crucible Guard look cool, but I'm not excited because it's War Machine, and my mind's not in a good place with War Machine. I hope they're good. They look cool. I want them to be good. But, you know, I'm not really excited. I mean, the closest to excitement I got was this week they mentioned for Infinity that they put out another, they call it a sectoral army, but basically it's a mercenary army of all the models that I had gotten into War Machine, or into Infinity to play pretty much. It's like almost all the models I'm like, I want to play with these and these. What do I have to use to play these? Now they're like one army focusing on these.
That's convenient.
So I'm like, well, I'm a little bit excited for that. I just don't play any Infinity, so I can't be that excited. But I was, you know, a little chuffed, like, oh, cool. There's something there. It's I'm more excited to get my head back in the game and get painting. Like I said, it's more esoteric than that. I've been kind of skating through stuff mostly. I'm just excited. I'm excited to try and maybe get painting and get some painted models on the table, and just play and have a good time. I don't really care what it is. Just let's get some models on the table. Let's play and have a good time. That's what I am looking forward to.
That's kind of where I'm at too. So I've been seeing all the progress you're making on your models. That's been amazing.
I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard. But yeah, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want anyone to think it downer. I don't think it's me. I've been skating since my divorce. Don't look at that. A lot of change in a short time makes anyone a little bit crazy.
Yep.
But you know, I've been putting together 40K models. I'm enjoying that. I'm kind of looking forward to getting the Death Watch Codex. That could be cool. But you know, I'm not like super excited. I'm trying to temper my excitement because this sounds twice as horrible. But you get excited for so many things, then they come out and they're not what you expected. You end up being disappointed. So
or else you don't have anybody to play with, as it turns out, and you thought you were going to.
Exactly. So I'm trying to temper my excitement with more realistic and be like, yes, I wish to see that, but I'm not trying to get super hype about it or anything. So it sounds so negative when it comes to my mouth, but I don't mean it that way. Not like I'm sad or depressed or anything like that. I'm having a good time doing stuff. I'm just trying to focus more on the here and now, and not have my eyes on the future. Trying to look here and now, what I'm doing right now, and focus on that a little bit.
Well, what you're doing here and now is pretty cool, and I can't wait to see him painted.
Okay. Well, I got to get my painting station set up for that, so it'll be a little bit.
Now, are you going to be doing any airbrushing with those?
I don't have an airbrush. I don't have space for an airbrush.
Okay, so that's
not really. No, old brush on. That's my old standby.
Fair enough.
I mean, they're Death Watch. They're black.
So they are the Knights Templar, or the the Xenos guys. Yeah, because I saw them in the shoulder pads.
Yeah, the shoulder pads that are silver and all. Yeah, but well, not Grey Knights.
But
Knights are the other guys. They're all
silver. But it had the the words on the shoulder pads.
Yeah, they're similar.
That was all Grey Knights back in the day. So I was like, is that what and then you're like, Death Watch is like Xenos, and I'm like, Black Templars. But they don't call them Black Templars anymore, I guess.
No, Black Templars is a chapter. The Black Templars kill everything. Death Watch is charged to kill the Xenos. That is what they do. They are attached to the Inquisition and they kill the Xenos. But let's see. So that's what I'm looking forward to. You know, not trying to be a downer, just more focus on what's in front of me and just keep my hobby high and keep going. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there to play. We'll find stuff.
And you're on what, day 20 of your hobby streak?
I think day 12 was yesterday.
Day 12? Dang.
So day 13, assuming I get something done after we get off tonight.
Yeah, I've got to get on something a bit today. Because I had to restart over again. And so...
Yeah. 1919 has an interesting note in the chat room. He said he thinks I have a good point with the focus on the here and now. He thinks the War Machine Hordes community as of late has been trouble with it. Feels like instead of enjoying the game now, people are always focused on the next CID or next errata. Absolutely, and that's a problem with the game is it changes so fast.
Yeah,
it's hard to feel like you're playing a finished product ever. And I feel like we'll get through that together. We'll eventually push through and be like, all right, it's now the way of life. It's common. It just takes a while to get used to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rules are changing too much because by the time you've got a list you like and that you're going to play, you've got to switch it up because the rules change for everything. It's kind of I guess the reason why I'm liking Grey Knights more than I'm my Khador, because right now I'm just waiting for when Khador goes to CID because I don't want to get started on something, get used to it, and go, oh, well, Juggernauts are now 14 points instead of 12, and, blah, blah, 16, 17, points change and all that stuff.
And I saw that on Twitter. Hugo was looking at Mercs. He's been waiting for the Ashland thing to go live. It's been waiting and waiting. We need to stop waiting and just play.
Mm-hmm.
Play with what we got here. If you're playing a friendly game, ask your opponent, I want to play the CID rules. We've got a copy right here of the last one. Can I try with this just so I can keep it in? Or if it's a tournament, just play with what the rules are now. We can't keep waiting. If you keep waiting for something, it may never come. You'll never actually be satisfied. Play what you got here and now. Enjoy it. Have a good time. And then, be ready. Be ready and mindful of future, but don't let it control what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or you'll miss all this that's going on around us right now.
You mean life?
Life. Goddamn right. Every day. Every day. Life goes on.
Is there any miniatures that you're looking forward to besides what you were looking at?
Goof. No, not really. I mean, it sounds terrible, but I haven't seen previews for anything that I'm actively looking forward to.
See, now,
there's plenty of cool models coming out, but it's like there's nothing. I haven't seen any previews for any of the armies that I'm playing in War Machine that Warhammer I'm looking forward to. Mercenaries has had a dearth of models for a while. Nothing there. I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Malifaux. I mean, my models have already come out for Malifaux, the ones I was looking forward to, so I'm good there. I don't play enough. Well, there is an Infinity model coming out, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what it looks like, so I can't look forward to it. I'd like to look forward to it. I wish to look forward to this model, but I don't know what it looks like. So I can't. Yeah, again, sounds terrible. Don't take it that way.
What about,
Not really.
there was, I was looking for it, and I was trying to figure it out, and I'm trying to find, and I didn't do a lot of looking, but there's a few Malifaux models I'm looking for, and everything's so spread out, and so I don't understand it. I just want the model because I probably will never play Malifaux, but I do want to get a Lady Justice. But everybody, excuse me as I spit, everybody's selling Lady Justice in the box with the Death Marshals, and I was like, I don't need another set of Death Marshals.
So that's the problem. She only comes that way.
Does she?
Yes.
Damn it.
Your best bet's to find someone. Talk about other stuff, and I will go on a quick search. I'm trying to search for what Congo asked me right now, but
yeah, it was the one thing I was looking forward to because I usually don't. I tried looking on eBay and couldn't find it either, Congo, and I couldn't find that plastic one because that's the only thing I want. I just want Lady J because I want to have that and the three marshals. I'd like to play a game of Malifaux, but we don't have anybody that plays. We don't really have anybody that does it. So I'm kind of excited about putting together and painting those. Because I got this awesome lady that said she would talk me through OSL and make sure I do it correctly because all my other OSL sucks ass.
Man, she sounds great. We should get her on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, we should. We should probably go on the podcast every once in a while.
Yeah, you could totally, live stream that whole little class.
Oh, we will. Whenever we do it, we will. Another thing that I'm kind of looking forward to, model-wise, or I should say not model-wise, book-wise. And if I say it, it's going to reset the clock, and it's going to take another 6 months for it to come out. But I'm ready for my Tau Codex. Yeah. I bought it at Tau when I got back into 40K just because I like the models. And I'm like, I really, really want my Tau Codex because I want to play my Tau. But with the way they are, they're just like, okay, I put my models down. Oh, you're on me, turn 1A. And my model's gone. My army's gone.
Yeah, I had one of my
You're
most...
supposed to shoot back.
You don't get to.
It doesn't always work that way.
Isn't that what Tau are supposed to be good at?
They are good at it, but it's just not...
Shoot everybody long range and destroy them before they actually walk up to you and hit you?
Yeah, but not the way the game's now.
Yeah, I'm playing 40K.
Yeah.
I haven't played... You can tell I haven't played since 5th edition.
No, it's... The Tau... Oh, I have a ton of terrain. We have this table. We usually play 40K on, and it's a ton of terrain. But I mean, I don't get a chance, and I can't punch through a lot of stuff. But I'm cautiously waiting. So I've got my Grey Knights. I'm gonna work on painting some of my Grey Knights this week also, because I want to paint a couple of the named characters up, like Drago and stuff like that. I may work on one of those this week, this week. Because he looks really cool and really fun to paint.
Are the Grey Knights new models? The new plastic models? Or have they updated them at all?
Not really. I don't think they've been updated at all.
No, I think they have, because when I brought out my bits box full of a whole crap ton of metal Grey Knights, someone's like, oh, it's the older ones. Which is to say, Gonzo, if you need Grey Knights, you should talk to your co-host.
Oh, okay. I'll get with you. I'll trade you. I have an entire army of.
Those are all metal Terminators and dudes and power armor dudes. All of them.
So I'm kind of looking for that. I really hope my Tau book comes out soon, because I want to play them, because I have a really cool paint scheme I like, and it's really fun to paint. Because it's cheating, but it's fun and it looks good.
I had a friend, unfortunately not a C, say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So other than that, game wise, I can't say that I'm really looking forward to a lot of stuff that that I know of.
I'm kind of looking forward to the not Pathfinder. God, what's the name of that game? Savage Worlds version of Rifts. I don't know if it came out this year. I know it's coming out. Maybe I just haven't seen it yet. But Rifts is a great campaign setting, and unfortunately and I don't care if anyone from this listening to it, is fucking shit for rules nowadays.
Yes, I will give you 100% on that one.
I mean, I hate to say that, because Pleading Books was my second game after D&D. I played a shit ton of that. I probably played more of that than I have D&D, and that's saying something. But their game system has not actively been updated in so long. So.
Yeah. Well, it's like, if we're going to go on role-playing ones, I'm a huge role-playing one that I'm just really can't wait to start playing, and I'm actually going to see about doing an online and doing recordings and stream it and stuff, or maybe stream it and record it. I don't know. But there's a game called Blades in the Dark, and it's about a group of people that play thieves in a world where ghosts and demons and vampires are out.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
You play a thief band, and it's a really weird system because it doesn't have a lot of dice rolling, and it's not about this one-on-one attacking and one-on-one fighting. It's about setting up the heist, doing the heist, getting it done, and going back and using what you have to upgrade your thieves guild. But the world, or the city that you're in, is protected by this giant bubble, so demons can't come in. But of course, they still get in and get to do some stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's called Blades in the Dark. I'm really looking forward. I'm going to read some of it over the break. And like you're doing Sewer Bear, I'm probably going to do Blades. Maybe put that on our thing as just a freebie. And do it like once or twice a month. Get some people. And do it online with people online. Because the Kickstarter, when they did it on Kickstarter, they played online through like a Google Hangout or something like that and recorded it all. So I think that would be kind of fun. So RPGs, really looking forward to that. I'm playing that, but I'm a super nerd when it comes to RPGs. Also, 7th Sea.
It used to be, but 7th Sea has always been cool. But
oh, the new edition is really good. I can't wait to. I got like 3 RPGs I'm reading, and that's one of the 2 that I want to see about running online.
I would love to play an RPG, but I just don't see it being in the cards.
Well,
yeah, I have my Monday night one, and that's that's just 5th edition D&D, and I mean that's all I really have time for these days. What with all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, there was a time where I was running 3 role-playing games and playing in 2 other ones.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays, there's too much life for that shit.
Oh, man. Whenever I was in the military, the group I played with, we worked 3 days on and had 5 days off. Yeah, can you believe that crap? And there were many a times we would all get together because we'd all have our schedule. All of our schedules were synced up. And we would go, all right, we're starting on Tuesday. We're going to end role-playing on Thursday. And so we would get together Tuesday, play for like 12, 13 hours. We'd crash out for a few hours, get up, start going again, and just role-play for like 3 days straight. I mean, it was amazing. That was the most nerdy things.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the days before we had all these stupid responsibilities.
Yeah.
I had responsibilities. It just was easier back then. Because it was easier to get a group. I don't know what it is. Just online games have taken a lot of the idle, and they're now just playing, MMOs and stuff, which is fine. Well, if it makes them happy.
Not only that, but you have people are of an age where they have families, they have kids. Their kids are of an age where they're, needing to be driven places, and now all of a sudden parents are like football coaches or driving their kids everywhere and. You can't organize stuff with people on a Saturday anymore.
It's hit or miss. It's definitely hit or miss.
Comic Scotty was talking about L5R, and I'm guessing you're talking about the role-playing game, because I love the role-playing game. That game is super cool, super fun, but super deadly. Your characters, you think you're a badass, wait till you get cut by a sword.
I was actually a badass.
Nice. That sounds very cool.
I went first. Yeah. I always went first.
The game is great.
I was a badass. It was, and unfortunately, the new version looks like it is very, very role-playing-y.
Very.
But to the point where you don't necessarily have full control of what your characters are doing, which is, no disrespect to any company doing it, the wrong way. I hate to say something's categorically the wrong way, but that's kind of the wrong way. Because people need to be able to control what they do. That's the point. We should have a role-playing game podcast at some point, Gonzo. Pencil it in now. We need to have that.
Yeah, we may have to put that as our secondary. We do once a month or whatever.
Once in a while.
Role-playing, all role-playing games all the time. And will it be right after you do your online... Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna set that up. I know a couple people are interested in it, and it would be like a once or twice a month thing. Whenever whoever's ready to do it, and I'm gonna record it. I got to get really into the game. Got to really read it. But it looks really good. Damn, Kovnik. Okay, wait a minute. I really like Fantasy Flight's.
Oh yeah, no way, Fantasy Flight. I love a lot of their games.
I like
their games.
So just so everyone knows what we're talking about, Comic Scotty Putty said, wrong way, like everything Fantasy Flight touches, which I replied, # shots fired.
Yeah.
To give them this authentic opinion to start, and then you guys can sing praises, I do like what they do, but their business models are very, very make the money.
Yes.
And they have game mechanics set up to make the money. That being said, I think their Star Wars role-playing game is fucking on point.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Their Star Wars one is really, really good. And I actually thought about bringing out and doing Force and Destiny again with all the Star Wars talk and doing a sequel to all the stuff going on right now. Just throw your Malifaux models around. You don't care.
Fuck him. He's not assembled. He's still in the box.
Oh, you want to do the Age of Rebellion?
Honestly, that is the... So, I've run Star Wars. Apparently, we're gonna go into a little bit of role-playing talk right now. I've run Star Wars, and the biggest trap you can have is thinking you can run a Star Wars campaign that's not Rebellion-based.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying...
It has to be Rebels, or it has to be basically playing Firefly in the Star Wars universe. Those are your only two options. Anything else is super-duper difficult.
I actually have a campaign set up where it's after 9, and the Jedi Order is back, it's going for the One Order is done, and the Sith come back. And I'm not talking about the Sith...
You mean the Sith, not like...
The Sith
people
race.
Who follow the Sith teaching. Yeah, you mean the Sith race, yeah.
The Sith race come back. And I have this whole thing planned out, and we were going to do it, and then it kind of fell apart.
Still better than using Fong.
Oh my god, let's not get on using Bong.
We have to do a Star Wars Expanded Universe podcast sometime.
Comics everybody. I'm actually kind of curious on the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game. I haven't got a chance to look at it yet or get any idea on it, but I want to look at it.
Oh my god, I used to love Warhammer Fantasy role-playing. We're talking like 1990, 1992.
Well, it's the problem with a licensed product like that is if the license goes away, they have to stop.
Yeah,
I forgot to mention this is my bad moments because I too much PP ranting is when Night Models had to stop making a Marvel Universe game because I had just gotten the Guardians of the Galaxy for that, and well, not to help anymore. Actually, I gave them away to a buddy now so he can paint them because he wanted them.
Yeah,
but because they didn't technically have the license correctly to do it in the U.S., which is fair. I'm not like angry about it, but it is unfortunate because no offense to anyone who loves HeroClix. You love HeroClix, thumbs up, keep playing it your thing. That being said, fuck HeroClix. Those models are shit, and they're not good enough for me to play with.
So I actually I would agree with you on that one because I actually almost bought into Marvel, and then that happened, and I was like, oh well.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. We get through it. I hope that someone gets that license and makes an actual miniature game for it that is fun and thematic and super cool models. That is what I want. They can have my money.
Yeah, I do too.
My wallet up here. You can have my money. Just make it. We'll buy it. We want to buy it. Just make it. Because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the movies or whatever. But the DC one just doesn't. I think I'm gonna get enough models to play with, but it doesn't speak to me like the other ones.
Oh yeah,
like Marvel.
Well, I mean, I was looking at it, and Nightcrawler's my favorite X-Men and favorite character of all time. I love him.
Nightcrawler's cool. A swashbuckling, teleporting demon who is still positive, even though people hate him because he looks like a demon.
Yes,
that guy's super legit.
Yeah, he's my favorite superhero character of all time. And whenever I saw that and they made a Nightcrawler, I was like, I'm in. And then the license went away, and I was like, oh well, fuck it.
I'm out. Yeah, there's so much they could do. My buddy Dave was like, not Brushhead Dave was like, as soon as they have Kitty Pryde, I'm in.
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that. That kind of stunk. Let's go off games. Let's talk about something else. Conventions of 2018. What are we looking forward to?
Can I start?
Adepticon. Wait, what, John?
I want to start because my list is short.
Okay.
I actually want to try and go to a convention in 2018.
Yay! We would love to see you at one.
I think I should start with Nova because it's closer and cheaper. And maybe if they have it again, and it seems like they will, they might have a Shorehammer again, and I might have enough models to actually play, and they might have an event that's not. I won't go into it. Crazy, let's say. Crazy is a good word for it. Good phrase for it.
Where's Shorehammer?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, I love Ocean City. Lots of yummy crab. Yum.
That's Maryland. There's getting me crab everywhere.
That's like my memory. We did wardrobe for the Lord of the Dance at the Civic Center in Ocean City, and we just ate tons of crab, and that's my memory.
So
You're in the right state for that.
what if we try to get you to Adepticon, John?
I don't see how time works out. I mean, it's also, I appreciate the idea, but if I'm not going to have a 40K army painted by then. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that.
Okay.
You could just come and hang out in the bar with us.
It's not worth people's money for that.
Yeah, it is. You have to pay for a ticket.
No. I appreciate that you're trying to get me there.
There's
there's so much
playing pickup games. Playing pickup games with people that we don't get a chance to see every day.
This goes into part of my whole been kind of coasting since the divorce thing. I need to get over that shit. I just doesn't. I was looking. I'm like, it'd be fun. I'm sure I'd have a great time. I did War Machine Weekend in the time since. It was a great time. I just feel like there's so much better things you could save that money to when it would actually mean something. It would do good.
Yeah, there you go. You can play Infinity at Adepticon.
I don't have any of those models painted either. The simple truth is I can only play one game that I have fully painted armies for, and I'm not playing that game right now.
What about your Malifaux? Malifaux's actually was really big at Adepticon this last year. They had a pretty...
I technically have 2 models painted.
All right, if I can get 50 models painted for Adepticon...
Gonzo, your painting station's set up. My painting station is down. I will take a picture for you of my painting station and our tree next to it.
Okay.
Suffice to say, I cannot get my ass in there.
Oh, see, here's your problem. You actually put a tree up.
Yeah.
See, my painting station is where my tree would have gone.
I don't have a tree.
I have a roommate, and the roommate wanted a tree. And I came home and there was a tree, and it was decorated, and...
What can you do?
What can I do? Well, things I can do, none of them are a good idea. But anyways, I appreciate the sentiment. But back to what you guys want to do for conventions.
All right.
Get that upbeat going. Get it going.
Definitely Adepticon.
Yes, Adepticon. For me, that one is easier for me because it is only 45 minutes from my house. So I can coast through that, although I volunteer my time. I get there on Wednesday. I help set up. And I'm there looking after Fort Wapple and helping with hobby seminars for the whole weekend. Hopefully I'll get some pickup games in of maybe Necromunda, maybe Guild Ball, maybe some Star Wars Legion, because they are going to have Star Wars Legion events there.
Yeah, it should be released soon, so it should be all over the place there.
I was told it would be released before Adepticon, but probably like February or March. So, they're cutting it close.
I think they're waiting for it to get off the boat. I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah. I'm actually waiting. I really want to see how it does before I sink a lot of money into it. But I definitely will probably buy some just because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Just because it's Star Wars. So
yeah, I'm with you.
Other than that, what other convention, Kathy?
So there's a local convention called Little Wars, which is a couple weeks after Adepticon every year. It's at the end of April. It's a very small convention, and it's mainly historical. So you're just looking at bolt action. That's actually where I played my first game of bolt action in 2017, was at Little Wars. There were some people who were running a great scenario. 3 people aside, we were Germans. There were 3 people playing Americans, and it was a great introduction to the game. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of those people again this year at Little Wars. Or I should say in 2018 at Little Wars.
It can't be that small. I've heard of it.
It really is like maybe 500 people.
Oh, well.
So.
Then I should be impressed that I've heard of it.
Oh, wait. Flash news announcement. What? I just want to thank Rob Bent for donating $20 to the Make Kathy Sing Wild Wild West.
Oh my God, Rob! Why would you do that?
We're going to start off the new year right.
All right. So, Rob, thank you very much for donating your money to make Kathy sing Wild Wild West. We will do that on the January 7th podcast. I will set up a special screen just for her. So, Kathy, you have 2 weeks to learn the entire lyrics to Wild Wild West. You can go ahead and have I'll have the music, and you can rap with it. But you will have to say all the lyrics and sing it completely 100, or rap it 100%, not sing it. So I guess you know, Rob.
In the Wild Wild West. Yeah.
So thank you, Rob. That is actually really, really awesome. So that will be, oh my gosh, I can't wait. January 7th, Wild Wild West episode. Oh, yeah. So, okay, let's go back to conventions now. What other convention are you looking forward to, Kathy?
So, let's see. Let me look at my list here. No. Where did it go? Anyways, so World Expo, that was in July. And Jim and I were not intending to go to World Expo, which it's kind of like the Olympics of miniature painting. Every 3 years, they hold this convention in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
And this year it happened to be in Chicago. And we had a friend who had a booth there. Badger Airbrush had a booth there. And Ken and Jim are friends, so he's like, hey, Jim, do you want to just do some airbrush demos at the booth? And, we'll get you guys some badges. So we ended up going to World Expo, and I was amazed at all of the friends that I saw, miniature painting friends who were there, and the amount of amazing miniatures, like historicals, sci-fi, fantasy, anything you could imagine. It was like a museum. The quality of work was so amazing. And there were people doing seminars, and it was a great atmosphere. It was in downtown Chicago. So Jim and I took the train in every day, but it was a lot of fun, and it was unexpected. We obviously didn't have anything prepared to bring with us because, not only are you displaying your work, but, there's a competition there too. So that was July. And then, of course, August, Gen Con. I'm sure I don't need to tell anybody what Gen Con actually is. And then 10 short days later, saw us flying out to Washington, D.C. for Nova Open, which we're not intending to do in 2018. So,
it's funny because I am.
You have fun with that.
It's in my backyard. I should go to it. I should.
And so this year we did ReaperCon, but we're kind of up in the air whether we're going to do ReaperCon again next year. It is a fun convention, but it's in Texas. And we've been driving, and that means that it's 10 days from when we leave the house to when we get back to the house. So we're trying to justify that, and it's kind of difficult. So
yeah, no doubt.
May not be making that one in 2018, but I highly recommend it for other miniature painters. It's a fun convention for the miniature painting community, and there are a lot of seminars there should you want to, up your game in miniature painting. And that's it for me for I'll be at Gen Con. I will not be at Nova Open. I may or may not be at Reaper. It's still up in the air.
Let's see. Definitely going to Adepticon, which I will see you there. And that'll be the first time Kathy and I get to meet. We're going to party and drink.
We met last year.
But we didn't meet like we're doing now.
I think we had coffee.
You're putting qualifications on your meeting now.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a meeting like this meeting's going to be.
That's true. That's true. Because you're going to buy me a drink.
Yes, I will. I will buy you a drink. I ain't got a problem with that. I'll probably be bringing the drink. What are you talking about? Let's see. Definitely gonna go to War Machine Weekend.
Bought already.
Yeah. Definitely do War Machine Weekend. Doing Gateway Open, which we're changing the name of, which is in June. Which is in St. Louis. Yeah.
Okay.
Which we're expanding just from War Machine and Hordes to a bunch of other different games, which is really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Because we found out that it's the same weekend as Lock and Load. So we're like, oh, let's just go ahead and start expanding to other games so we can get other people to come into play.
Yeah, otherwise it's going to be slim pickings.
Yeah. What else? That's the only conventions I have right off the top of my head. I am going to try to go to one in Nashville during the summer. A friend of mine asked me if I'd go, and I said, yeah, I can probably try. But
What one's that?
I can't remember it. NashCon, I think is what it's called. And it's just a small one. But I mean, the guy's like, hey, you can stay with me, and you ain't got to worry about that. And I'm like, cool. Anything that makes me pay less money, I'm all for it.
June 2nd through 4th?
Yep.
That's NashCon.
Yep. And I plan on thinking about going to that one since it's right around really early, and I can just get up and go.
Yeah. That actually is last year's dates. We'll see what this year's dates is, but that seems to be the basics of it.
Yeah, it's probably around that same time.
Yeah, speaking of June, Origins Game Fair is in June, and we may be at that one too. That's another fun one. That's kind of like Gen Con. It's like the smaller, homier version.
Is there a lot to do with that? Because I remember back in the day when Origins was a big con that moved around. It was in Baltimore in 90 or 91, and I went to that. It was a good time.
Origins Game Fair is in Columbus at the Convention Center.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's been there for every year for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
It's run by a Gamma Trade Association.
Yeah, it used to be more of a regular con that moved around for a while, but it's been in Columbus for a long, long time.
Yeah, so we've really enjoyed it. It's a smaller one, but it has that feeling of Gen Con, but it has that smaller feeling of, one where you actually could run into somebody in a hallway that's not shoulder to shoulder people.
I mean, that's also much closer than most of these other cons to me.
Yeah, if you're looking for one that's a bigger con that's got a lot of different stuff going on at it, then that would be the one that I would do if I was, looking for something closer to home.
All right, guys, we're about to head to the media section, but before we do, let's go ahead and roll off to see who our people are. And I'm looking in the chat channel, and I've got Crimson1919, Erica, Hittenby, Congo, Covenant Sally, Maxim DT, Moondoggy, and Necro Miles. Do we have anybody in Facebook?
In Facebook, let us take a look.
Can you check on that one?
I don't think I can see who's actually viewing at the time in Facebook.
Okay.
I think you have to look to see that.
Let me see if I can see it.
I see 26 people have viewed it, but I can't tell who.
I don't see. I have one watcher, and
that's me.
That's you.
That's me.
Okay. So, all right. I've got a D8 because I can't count Kathy. Kathy, sorry, you're not eligible. And we'll go Crimson is number 1, Erica number 2, Hitton, Congo, Kovnik, Maximum, Moondoggy, Necromouse.
That would be alphabetical order for those of you at home.
Yes. So we're going to go and roll it. And our first one goes to number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Congo. Congo,
Yay!
You get one of the codes. Please send me a Facebook message or contact me. You know how. And you can get one of the codes. Second one goes to Kathy. You can't have it. Number 2, Crimson 1919. Send me a email, text message, Facebook, whatever, and I will send you a copy of the code. And our last one.
I think you go to a 6-sided for this. Just count out people who have won or can't get it.
Nope. 1, 2, and 4. Can't do that one.
6-sided. I could find a 6-sided. I swear I could. Just
Let's
ask.
see. No.
Stubborn.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Hitting B. You won our last code.
That was way more complicated than it needed to be.
Quit. I didn't want to have to dig through my bag of dice.
Oh, you and your math, John.
Could have gone to a random number generator online. It's easy.
No, I want to do dice. So, guys, send me something on Facebook. Anything else, whatever you can, just get a hold of me, and I'll email or I'll send you the code of what you need to have. Other than that, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to turn off Facebook Live. We just got a problem that just showed up on here, so I'm going to turn off Facebook Live. So, guys, excuse me for a second. We need to fix this. And congratulations to everybody. Again, thanks for Tectonic Dan, which he is now sponsoring our media section. So let's go to the media section right now, and y'all are going to love this.
Do we have something to talk about?
Hey, anybody seen Star Wars? You know,
Nope.
that new movie that just came out?
No. Oh, yeah, and also if you send me a Facebook message, send me what your name is in here so I can mark you off the list, because I don't know everybody's Twitch viewer name.
All their
You were
secret code names?
Terrible. That was Crimson 1919.
No. So just make sure you put it in there. Shut up. I will punk you. I know where you live.
Come at me, bro. Rats on you. You cannot take Perseus and Smooth. They can take you, dog.
So let's go ahead and go. We're going to do a spoiler-free version of Star Wars, The Last Jedi. So we're going to try to do this. First, let's give a rating. Do we think it was good or not?
We're going to do a rating first? Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea, because otherwise it's going to sound really terrible.
Yeah.
I give it 2 shots of Kraken. I think it's a good movie. Currently about a little less than Return of the Jedi. So better than all the prequels, worse than everything else. But I also, as I'll say later, I feel like it'll climb on my list as I watch it more.
Okay. Kathy?
I would also give it 2 shots. I felt like it was, I don't even know how long. How long was it, John?
Like
How
2.5
long is
hours.
that movie? Huh?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. No wonder I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was the last.
Anyways, I felt like it was,
movie.
yeah, it was like an hour and a half movie packed into 2.5 hours. It was maybe an hour longer than it needed to be. I really liked it, though. It was fun, and I agree with you, John, that a second viewing is in order, and I'm sure I will like it more. The first time I went, my husband wasn't with me. The next time I go, he will be, so I'll get to see what he thinks, too. He's a bit more judgmental and picky about movies than I am.
Plus, I'll have my mom's review at least once, because I'll see it with her.
Yeah.
I gotta kind of go with y'all too. I'm about a 2-shot Kraken on this one. It had some really good stuff in it, and then some stuff I was like, oh, really? Really? But I also think seeing it twice may help me a bit, especially to see things I didn't see and grasp things I didn't see. So that's just going to be... John's already going. He's already... Guys, this is a spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free. We're going to do...
It's got to be spoiler-free, so we can't tell you, what we think about specific little things that actually happened that we may have really loved or that rubbed us the wrong way.
Yeah.
So...
We will have probably have at least one spoiler review of it at some point. Funny enough, my boss wants to review it with me, so we might have that, but he's off all this week, so it'd be after Christmas, probably after all the holidays. So, yeah, for specific thoughts, there are a lot of really good parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, it actively insulted me twice. It insulted my intelligence twice. And it's hard to get over that, no matter how much cool stuff you have.
Okay.
Maximum DTs is not just Mad Max Fury Road in space. Let's touch a Kraken for that. There's some very cool stuff. I will say, no spoilers. It has more character development for all of what I would consider the main characters of this trilogy of movies than just about any movie has had before for Star Wars. It is very analogous to The Empire Strikes Back, but you can't blame it for that. It is the second movie in a trilogy, which means it's going to have to end on a bit of a down note. That's how the 3-act structure works. If anything, this actually ends on more of a down note than The Empire Strikes Back. So,
what, with Han frozen in, carbonite?
Carbonite?
Oh,
yeah.
wait, spoilers for Empire Strikes
Oh
Back.
my God, you spoiled the movie for 1980. How dare you? It was 37 years ago.
Oh my God, I was dying inside. You can't say that this was more of a downer.
I think it was more of a downer. But, in any case, don't blame it for that. It does feel a little bit like Empire Strikes Back, but it is pretty different overall. Has a lot of good stuff, a lot of cool new characters that you will like. It reminds me a little bit of a Zack Snyder movie, as it has some scenes that are absolutely top notch. You will enjoy the crap out of, and it's put together better than a Zack Snyder movie. So it's got that going for it. I've said to this, we had a pre-ramble, which you guys won't get to hear, unfortunately, or fortunately, where I feel like it's not the director's fault. Whoever wrote the screenplay needs a bitch smacking.
Kathy, your turn.
Didn't I already go? I'm pretty sure I already said what I thought.
Is that what you did? Well, John went on a rant, so I wanted to give you a chance to rant too.
I in fact did rate it at 2 shots of Kraken. I also did say that anything I say is going to be a spoiler. Really.
It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
because the specifics, because you need to mention the specifics so people don't judge it too harshly. I will say, go see it. See it.
So when next December, when we're talking about what we liked and didn't like about 2017 and the movies we liked, we can talk about it then.
We can talk about the Han Solo movie and how terrible that's going to be.
And we can talk about the
Shots fired.
Yes.
Sorry.
I said I need, and that's something I was going to talk about. It's on my list. Was like, I feel like I have to go see it, and then we can rip it apart.
Oh yeah, fair. I try not to rip apart movies before I see them.
I'm kind of with John on this, and I'm also with Kathy on it. You can't talk about the specifics because you don't want to spoil it. But what you want to get rid of is the things I think were wrong with the movie. If you got rid of and chunked out the things that I didn't like, the movie would have been great.
Oh, yeah, that would have been top notch. It would. Those people who said it was the best movie since Empire would have been right if they got rid of the things I didn't like.
Yes. And that's the kind of reason why you can't talk about it. Because there are specific scenes you're like, all right, we cut out 5 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes.
And then I'm like, I really like that thing that chick did with the thing when she did that thing.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
When the chick and the guy did that thing together?
Not that one,
legit.
no. When it was just the chick and she did that thing, and bam.
Was it the early thing or the late thing?
The huge explosion? Yeah.
Oh,
I loved
okay.
And when you find out who Ray's parents are, and it's actually Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome.
That's bad.
I will say, Maxim DT said it did make me want a porg for my desk. The porgs are super cute. They are entirely unnecessary, but they're great. I like that they have a lot of critters in the movie, so each of the worlds feels like it's a real world. There are things here.
The porgs were like Furbies.
Oh, Furbies! You used the F word.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how except for the one part where the one did that thing. That was cute.
Well, I mean, there were certain things.
Even talk about what it was, because otherwise it would spoil it for people. You know.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like they were a tiny bit over the top, but not enough. It's like the cherry on top of the complaints we have.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
Take away the rest of them, you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, there was just
Maxim DT.
plot problems, and there are things you like. You just want to. Yeah, you just want to take them out. I'm going to tell you, okay, as a huge Star Wars fan, I even got a Star Wars tattoo. I have tons of Star Wars stuff in my house. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. you got to go see it, and then when you're done, sit and take out what you didn't like, and you're going to go, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
And if you could, you would cut out X, Y, and Z, and then the whole thing would have made a lot more sense, and it'd been a whole lot better. It really would have been great. Oh yeah, Maximum DT. You ain't got no clue how bad I'm into Star Wars. Ooh.
I just got a note from Jim. He said the Daleks were great.
Oh, I would take a Doctor Who Star Wars crossover. Hells yes. You have some person playing the Doctors you've never seen before because you don't know what generation this is. Because who cares?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could even get David Tennant to come back and do it. I don't care. That would be
all
awesome.
valid. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're in the Doctor Who universe. It's continuity is not a thing. It doesn't exist in the space-time continuum.
I actually do that in the Adventures of Sewer Bear. Spoiler a little bit. Anyone who's listened to all of them knows. One of the player characters, his girlfriend, is a time traveler, and they're meeting out of order. And I'm wholly stealing from Doctor Who, which since he won't watch, is all fresh material for him.
All right,
it's fun.
So we've gone with our Star Trek. We're all pretty much go see it. It's worth seeing. Or did I say
Star Trek?
Oh, it's because someone Star Wars review. Excuse me.
God.
Last Jedi review.
Dude, I'm out. You can use those too.
Well, what was funny is before the show, this guy was talking about Star Trek, and we were talking about everything, and we just got on around Star Trek, and it just brought me back to that.
For us last week.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting in line. This guy was talking about it and stuff too. So we're all pretty much on the agreement that go see it, but there are some issues with the movie.
It's a flawed movie, but not more so than most movies. As far as movies go, you can do a lot worse in a movie theater, sir.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes deserve the movie theater.
Yeah. All right, so what movies are we looking forward to in 2018? My first one, Black Panther.
Someone get this man a shield.
Avengers.
More so than Black Panther.
Avengers, no Infinity War, Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2?
I'm looking for Deadpool 2, yeah.
I'm hoping it's good.
I'm confident it'll be at least amusing. I don't need this need to be great. It just needs to be amusing.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like if they try and make it good, that might be bad. You know what I mean?
So not counting comic book universe movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to point out that at this point, 7 of the top 10 highest ranking movies for this year, and that will change because Star Wars will probably jump in there, were comic book movies. 7 of the top 10.
Yep.
Make sure that's still true. What? Nope. It's sorry, it got topped on to 6 because Star Wars has already exceeded Justice League.
Yep.
Yikes.
So
Wonder Woman, Guardians, Spider-Man, Thor, Logan. So 5 even. So even better.
Yep.
Oof. So get used to comic movies. They're here to stay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it gets worse if you go into the top 15 because you add 2 more.
That being said, what movies of 2018 that are not comic book movies would you be interested in?
The Shape of Water.
Yes.
100%. I'm looking forward. Just because I'm a Del Toro fan, and I like that it's Ape Sapien-esque.
I'm not not looking forward to it, but I'm not like, oh, I got to see that.
Oh, I'm just because I like.
I want to see it. I like sci-fi movies.
Does The Incredibles 2 count? It's not a comic movie. Does The Incredibles 2 count? Because The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Should not be. Incredibles.
I would like that.
I will say The Incredibles is one of the best superhero movies out there.
Yeah. What else?
I'm looking forward to Battle Angel, Alita.
Yes, Alita Battle Angel is on my list as well. That looks really interesting.
Her eyes are a little creepy, but as an anime fan, I can get over that.
Yep.
I was going to say, I can get past the uncanny valley of her face, because I feel like it was absolutely intentional, unlike other CGI. You know what I'm saying? Unlike other CGI sculpted creatures.
Yep.
Well, they're supposed to be human, but there's something about them that's not quite right. Like when they did Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One. They did a good job, but It was a little,
They could have just recast
weird.
it would have been okay to recast it, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there. Pacific Rim Uprising, because giant robots versus giant monsters does not get old.
Yep.
So there's this movie called Game Night. Have you seen anything about it? Starring Jason Bateman.
Nope.
It's about a group of friends who get together for a regular game night, and one night turns into a murder mystery. Something happens to someone, and now they're all.
I saw that. I saw a preview for that actually.
It looks hilarious. I so want to see that.
Soldado looks pretty good. I haven't seen Sicario, but what I've seen from previews of both look good.
I have not heard of that one.
It's a sequel, yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely watch that thing because the original was good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I haven't had a chance to see it. I should just knuckle down and watch it, but sometimes some things are mood-oriented, I find. What was this one? Hold on. There's one here. What's this little movie? Mission Impossible 6?
No.
Sorry, I really, really enjoy Mission
can't
Impossible
Tom
movies.
Cruise.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tom Cruise is pretty good in most movies.
I can't. I enjoyed Oblivion, but I cannot. I don't like him. I just never have.
Yeah, I can't Tom Cruise.
Like, the last couple of those movies have been really good.
No. Can't Tom Cruise.
Well, that's fair. Well, let's see. Most of my stuff is mostly, what you'd consider if you know me. Apparently there's a sequel to The Equalizer. That's since I found out about it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I won't say I'm like actively looking forward to it. I will go see that. Denzel. I mean, Anton Fuqua, who's a heck of a director, and Denzel Washington. The first one was pretty good. Interested. Other than that, most of the rest just a lot of movies I don't know anything about, or The Predator. Sorry, I forgot about that. How did I forget about that?
I did see that, yeah, Predator.
I would look forward to Jurassic World. I saw a preview for that, but I haven't seen the first Jurassic World because it's I mean, how do dinosaurs get tired? But after the first three Jurassic Park movies, none of which were terrible. The first one was amazeballs. The next two were not terrible, but it's like after a certain point, you're just like, I don't really care.
Why are they still doing this? Yeah.
It's not that they're not telling a good story. You can't get by just on dinosaurs alone.
Yeah.
Because it's not like dinosaurs versus dinosaurs all the time.
So the trailer played in Star Wars. We saw the trailer for that. It did look like a lot of fun, and I never saw the one before it, and I don't intend to, but I would see this one. I don't think I need to see the one before it.
You wouldn't have to, but you would get more of the character stuff about it, but not bad.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that are on my list, and since now Disney has the X-Men universe.
Not yet, but
hopefully they'll put something in it for X-Men Dark Phoenix.
That's not going to be a good movie. I mean, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't expect it to be a good movie.
I want to hope it's a good movie because she's an awesome character. Okay.
She is, but they're not going to adjust. And honestly, to be fair, that story is dated as fuck.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to do it and not seem either dated and potentially sexist, or you're not going to have the people who loved it back in the day love it.
Let's see.
It's like it's the weakest part of X-Men First Class was the whole Hellfire Club thing because they didn't comic book it up enough, so it all seemed very sexist and odd.
Yeah.
So it's a tough thing. I'm not looking forward to the New Mutants, and I can say this with all hope. Fuck you, Fox, for making that shit. The New Mutants is not a horror movie.
Mm-mm.
Fuck you. I'm going to find who prompts that movie, and I will punch you. Just once. I'll give you just once. But it's not... This is what happens. This is why all us old grognards seem terrible, because they take something we love, and they make it not what it was. I feel the same thing I felt when they took Starsky and Hutch and made it a comedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
not even
yeah.
A good one. You're like, that's not right. I feel what people felt when they made Dragnet a comedy. Now, I enjoy the Dragnet comedy, but I understand and empathize with everyone who loved the original TV series, and this was not what they wanted.
One of the things that I'm actually kind of looking forward to, and it is comic book, but it's one of my favorite characters to play this superhero, because I really liked it, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That cartoon
I saw that.
looks baller as shit.
I've seen some of the Spider-Verse stuff from their weekly cartoon, and it was interesting. It was very comic book. I was hats off for very comic booky.
Yeah, and I believe it's Miles that's being the Spider-Man in that, and he was one of my favorite Spider-Man.
Cool, yeah.
Kid Spider-Man, because I liked him. I liked the Ultimate Spider-Man with Miles. I thought it was really good. I really, really hope that does good. And I hate that it's going to be a whole year. It's going to be Christmas of next year that it's coming out?
Yeah, something like that. Tomb Raider looks interesting. I'm not sure if I'm excited for it, but I would consider seeing it.
Yep. Let's see what else.
I'm not excited for Ready Player One because I never read Ready Player One. It holds no place in my heart. And I will, when I see a preview, I'm not going to go out of my way to see it, but when I see it naturally, I will judge then. But I feel like several people have talked it up too much for it to ever live up to any sort of expectations.
Yeah. Kathy, you said Venom. I'm waiting to hold anything back on Venom, because if it's not R-rated, I really don't think I want to care about it. It's got to be really pushing the R rating or go R rating for me to care about the Venom movie.
If Marvel's involved, it won't be R rating. That's the hardest thing about the Fox buyout is I know they probably would make Deadpool R, but it's going to be really difficult for them.
Yeah. That's
not Disney's forte. I
know. It's hard for them to do it, but Venom to me has got to be an R-rated movie.
I don't know. I want to be excited for Rampage, but I haven't seen I don't go out of my way to look for trailers nowadays. They'll come to me, and I want to see I like the idea of Rampage, but I'm not sure if I'd like it. The cast looks pretty good. It's got Dwayne Johnson and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, two people I really like, but we'll see if it ends up being good.
Yep.
Let's be honest. I hate to say it, but superhero movies have taken over cinema, and they're always going to be the big draw. So, most of the movies I would talk about would be superhero movies. In fact, I'm going to try and go out of my way to see more than just superhero movies in the theater.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
That's our last one of 2017.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Yeah.
That's successful, was 6 months, Gonzo? About 6 months? Was episode 17-ish, so
yep.
More like 4 months?
More like 1 month for me. Like, I feel like this is my 5th episode with you guys.
Yep.
Or only if you're keeping track.
You know, well, that's an approximation. So thank you for having me.
So,
thank you for being here, and thank all of you guys for being with us for our kind of quick out of the gate start.
Yeah, we really went balls to wall quick and heavy on this, and we changed. Hopefully, we can get better for y'all guys. We changed up a lot.
Feedback. Love feedback.
Yeah, guys, give us feedback. If there's anything you like, anything you want, let us know.
That means we're awesome. I mean, I know we're awesome, but we can't be that awesome. Can we be that awesome?
We can be super duper awesome. Guys, really, if you could do us a huge favor, though, make sure you like us on Twitch and subscribe to us on Twitch. And one thing we really do is go to YouTube and subscribe to us on YouTube. That and the videos there, because that really, really helps us out. We're trying to get to so many views and likes on Twitch to get our personal channel set up and get personal things done. So if you could just do us a huge favor, go to YouTube, like us on YouTube. We've got a link on our Facebook page. Do what you can. It's just a simple click. You know, I when I used to watch YouTube videos and I saw people say, hey, make sure you click the like link down below, do it. It helps out people a lot, especially with net neutrality. Hopefully we get something fixed on that, but that can really help us out a lot.
Congress still has to vote.
Yep.
And make sure your congressman knows, speak up, or you may not have the opportunity to speak up in the future.
Yeah. So like us on Facebook, share us everything. If you see something that you like, share it to your friends. If you know people that would like to listen to what we have, or if you have ideas or suggestions, please let us know. We try to come up with stuff.
If you have a little podcast, like, hey, I want you guys to talk about this, we can either cover it on a show, or maybe we'll just do one of us or all of us will do a little little podcast of what you want to hear about.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a special episode. Like, we're probably gonna, John and I, or Kathy and I, will get on. We'll do like a review of a role playing game, or do whatever, and we can get together and make that. And not everything has to go on the Patreon account. But if you do subscribe, please do. $2, $1 helps us out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really, really, really good for us. We're trying to make sure we get good things for y'all. Save up some money.
You could try and waste money and send me an Adepticon.
That's not a waste. That's not a waste.
That's fair.
Because I'd love to see you at Adepticon. All three of us at Adepticon doing an impromptu.
You realize, John, that us wanting you to come to Adepticon has nothing to do with what you want.
I feel like that's too much of my life right now.
It's what me and Gonzo want.
Yes.
Gonzo and I.
Oh. So.
Happens once in a while. Back
guys,
to DT, we have limits. There are limits of what we can
and that will definitely
do.
not be one of them.
I mean, even if it does keep us at this front line of streaming, we can't say that because I would throw up every time.
So, guys, we're going to try to make sure we give y'all some stuff. Next year's going to be really important for us. We want to keep going. We want to keep doing more. We want to add more content. So we've got some I have some special guests kind of lined up also that we're going to try to get on when people need a break. And if you have some special guests you want to see, let us know. We'll have them on here if they want to come on. Other than that, guys, I believe that is our wrap of 2017. All right.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday, guys. I'm Gonzo. Kathy.
I'm Kathy.
I'm John.
Good night, guys.
Can I sing the Christmas carols now?
You can sing the Christmas carols now.
What
What
do
do
you
you
like
like
to
to drink? Hey, by the way, Kahlua and Oreos.
Ooh,
Okay.
that sounds delicious.
John, what are you drinking?
Water.
I
don't
have
have my-
tea. Hot tea.
I don't have my roommate to make me hot chocolate.
I don't have a roommate to make hot chocolate. I just get Kahlua before we started.
Yeah, well, I drank all my alcohol while we were podcasting.
Yeah, I don't have any other. Yeah, I don't have any.
It's not a
other
rule.
stuff. Jim handed me some tea, so that's why I keep him around.
Oh, just making tea?
Well, I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure I mention the podcast some. So
Too late.
happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Make sure you dance tonight.
Hashtag dance streak.
If you can't chair dance, you got a problem.
Don't dance streak. It's not the dance streak. It's dancing, not dancing while you're drinking. That would be bad. This podcast is not condone streaking at all.
We
Unless it's the
don't.
hobby. Unless it's the hobby kind.